What's up, Spartans? This is JAG, aka Leonidas, and on today's video, I'm going to be showing you an amazing Arena 7 Royal Giant deck. Now, whether you're new to the channel or you've come to this video from my other Arena decks, I'm going to show you how to use this deck to win consistently. A couple things before we start. 1. This deck may or may not work for you. I tried this deck 2 times, pushing from 2,000 trophies to just before Arena 8, and went undefeated both times. Now, just to show a bit of replay and proof, we're going to just quickly scroll through this, and that way you can just see that I'm covering my bases. The loss there was contribution attack for war, and I think I started there at 2,000 exactly. Number 2, you're going to want all your card levels around the level 7 range or higher, and your king tower around the level 7 to 8 to stand a chance. You'll notice I was a level 8 king tower, which was slightly above average, but I played with level 7 cards for the most part, which was generally lower than most players. I did that to show this deck works even when under leveled. Number 3, you'll notice my current arena shows that I'm Arena 7. I did that so I can make different types of decks for each arena level, as Trophy Road won't let you drop arenas anymore, so I stopped at 1 win before Arena 7. Alright, so I have 4 videos to show today. The first replay shows how to counter the hog, and it shows a bit of the deck strategy. The second is a quick replay just showing another facet of the deck strategy. The third shows how to counter the prince, minor, and explains hut strategy, and the fourth replay shows how to stop the golem and also similarly the giant. If you have any questions on how to use or face the different cards, pop them in the comments down below. So let's begin. Here is the deck, as you can see right here. You'll see the Royal Giant is about your only win condition, but that's really all you need. The average elixir is 3.6, and I'm going to explain how to use it and everything from there. Now let's get into the replays, which we're going to go and pop with the first one. So here's the replay, and for this replay, what it's going to show is 2 things. 1, how to stop the hog pretty easily, and if you've seen any of my other prior replays, you'll know how to do that. And number 2, it's going to be showing the strategy of this deck, which really comes into 3 kind of facets, 3 types. So the first one is going to be countering and seeing if they overcommit, and then taking advantage of that with the Royal Giant. Or number 2, if you see them drop a P.E.K.K.A. or the Golem at the back, you're going to counter push the other lane with the Royal Giant. And the third's going to be really kind of defending, waiting for the double elixir, and that's when this deck really comes in strong, and you're going to be able to take advantage of that. So that's really the 3, and you're going to see those in the other replays. So for stopping the hog, main thing you use, drop the cannon. As long as it's the same level as the hog, then you're going to be able to take it out with just the tower and the cannon, and you gain an extra elixir as a result. You're going to want to drop it about 3 tiles from the bridge, as you saw that I dropped there, so place it at the exact same spot. As you can see here, like I mentioned, is that if they overcommit, like you saw with the fireball, I saw that I had an elixir advantage, and as a result, you saw me drop that Royal Giant right in front of the musketeer, and I was able to get a lot of damage on their tower as a result. Here I'm just going to defend, use the mini P.E.K.K.A., use the guards, stop the push on there, and then kind of regroup as from here. So now I'm going to let the elixir stack. Going to drop a log there, get a bit more damage on that tower. The log's going to be great for taking any of those spam troops that you see there, whether it be, I think Goblin Gang has access, a Skeleton Army, things like that. Skeleton Army actually around Arena 6, Arena 7 starts to become weaker. Once you get the introduction of the poison, the zap, and the log especially, you're going to see it less and less used as you go up. So here, going to let the elixir stack. Going to drop that musketeer for a nice push on the left side. Like I said before, drop that cannon. As long as it's the same level, you're going to be able to have just the towers and the cannon, take it out, and you're going to get that swing elixir, which is going to help you push, especially in the late game. So here, I knew that they were going to drop the Valk, so he didn't see me drop the Royal Giant in front of the musketeer there. Just going to defend, wait for that double elixir, like I said, and now this is where the deck's going to come in really strong. So here, I'm going to use the baby dragon there instead of the log. Just keep the log just in case I need it. In this case, I'm going to drop with the musketeer here because I wanted to defend that left side. The baby dragon's going to be able to take a bit of the wizard. Like I said, again, use the cannon, stops the hog. Pretty easy and gives you a nice swing elixir from doing that. Now here, I played it well, so I have that musketeer at the back, taking out the Valk, the Royal Giant, which is doing some decent damage on the tower, and I still have the log there to not only take out the Skeleton Army, but do damage on the tower. So this is going to be a nice easy finish. I'm going to just have to defend, and I'm going to be able to cycle around, and you have that Earthquake, actually, which I haven't had to use up to this point, but it does a lot of damage at the tower, and also a lot of damage at the defenses, so if you need it, you can use it for that. And in this case, I just saved it for the win there, and to finish this off. So that's going to be the first replay. Second one that's coming up is going to be short, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. So here's the second replay. I'm not going to show the whole thing, just a quick thing, like I mentioned about the strategy when playing against the Golem / P.E.K.K.A, in this case the P.E.K.K.A, and I did win this as well, but again, I'm not going to show the whole thing. So here, just kind of waiting, seeing what they do, if they make a move. In this deck, you really don't want to make the first move. There's no point. You can if you want to, but most of the time I just wait for them to make the move. If they don't play by about the 2-minute mark, then sometimes I'll drop something just to get the game going. In this case, you see the P.E.K.K.A dropped at the back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop the Baby Dragon on the left. I'm going to counter push that right side with the Royal Giant, like I mentioned earlier. That's going to force them then to drop something to try and stop the Royal Giant if they played properly. But in this case, they're essentially just going to let me take the tower with the Royal Giant, and I'm just going to defend, which you're going to see I'm going to be successfully defending here. I am going to take a bit of damage, but I'm going to take out that tower on the right side, and that's what you're going to do. Same thing for the Golem. As soon as they put it on the back, drop that Royal Giant on the other side if you can, and if you can cycle to it quickly without spending too much elixir. Anyways, that's going to be the second replay. Just wanted to show that because that is one of the other strategies that you can use. So here's replay 3, where we're going to be showing how to stop the Prince and the Miner, and also a little bit of the hut theory. So the main thing is, now that the Earthquake is incorporated into this deck, you can use it against defenses, huts, and it works very well, doing a lot of damage to the tower and the hut itself. In this case, I was considering using the Earthquake, but I figured I can just drop a Musketeer at the back, be able to whittle away any Spear Golems that come back, and I also wanted to see what they would be making as far as move-wise goes before I kind of wasted it, since I didn't really need to right off the bat. In this case, I decided to defend, go against the Prince, kind of see what cards they have, and then from here, I just played it safe. So in this case, the log came in handy, was able to take out the skeleton army as well. You see the Baby Dragon whittling the Witch on the other side down as well. So kind of taking it slow in the beginning. Like I said, one of the strategies that you kind of want to wait for double elixir if you can before you do any big push, or try and capitalize on a counter push. In this case, for the Miner, best thing you can do is either drop the guards or the P.E.K.K.A. In this case, I know they have the Prince, so I was keeping the guards, and that's why you saw the mini P.E.K.K.A. Generally, if you notice, I was able to anticipate where the Miner is. That's a pretty hot spot on the left side, and then on the right side, it's mirrored, and it's the same thing, but over to the right. And that's a lot of times where people will drop the Miner, so if you're going to anticipate, drop it always there for the first one at least. And then you can see actually a lot of people with the Miners will drop them at the same spot, unless once you get to experienced players, they'll actually start rotating it through. So you can almost drop the card, like the mini P.E.K.K.A, for example, in this case, in the exact same spot with the Miner, and they'll probably end up going back there, and you're going to actually see this later in the match, and that's what I did. So in this case, I'm just dropping the cannon. Cannon's pretty good at stopping the Witch. Also with the Hunter as well, works pretty well. In this case, I'm just going to kind of hang back. Here I made a mistake. I didn't drop the Musketeer high enough, so you're going to see some damage at my tower happen as well. I also got the mini P.E.K.K.A a little bit late. I wanted to kind of gauge where it was. Didn't anticipate on this one. But the mini P.E.K.K.A works great. 2 hits, Miner's done. In this case, the log works perfectly, especially with the Royal Giant. We're in double elixir, so that's why I dropped in front of the mini P.E.K.K.A, because I can take advantage and now get a little bit more aggressive, because now I know that I can actually defend on a counter push because of that double elixir. So here you see both towers are taken down. Haven't had to use the Earthquake on the hut. Was considering it again up there. That's a judgment call. Normally, if I have the Royal Giant that's coming up against it, I'll use the Earthquake against the hut and the tower at the same time. Works pretty well, so the Royal Giant can get through that quicker and make its way to damage the tower. So keep those in mind if you ever actually face a hut or another defense. Inferno tower, always use that Earthquake, assuming that you're not overcommitting, because the Royal Giant will be able to take it out and then switch over to the tower as well, and the Inferno tower is so deadly for it. In this case, I was able to drop the P.E.K.K.A, stop the Miner, and worked really well and kind of stopped their pretty much their basic win condition as well. So we're going to move on to the next replay and continue from there. So here's replay 4. I wanted to show how to stop the Golem. That's a pretty common one, a pretty common deck that you're going to come across. And this one's not an ideal and perfect scenario, because I was able to get actually pretty good advantage and kind of kept a push going, so they never really got to drop their Golem and back it up. But some of the theory's still there, and you'll be able to get a good example of how to stop it as well. So here you're going to see the Golem and the Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower is going to be deadly against the Royal Giant. And in this case, they play it early. Not too sure why they did. I'm going to take advantage of that, as you're going to see here. They spent a lot of elixir. I'm able to defend essentially with just the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the musketeer. I'm probably going to drop cannon as well, just to stop the Ice Wiz from doing too much damage. But here you see I've got about 2-3 elixir, and the Inferno Tower is almost gone, so I'm going to be able to use that Royal Giant in play. So that's why I'm going to drop the Baby Dragon at the back, and I know that they won't have the Inferno Tower in their hand, so I'm going to be able to drop that Royal Giant like you see right there. They make the mistake of dropping the Golem too early. If you're playing a Golem deck, don't drop it too early unless you really have an elixir advantage. Wait for the double elixir as well. In this case, I'm taking major advantage of this, and I mean, the Golem's going to take a lot of damage in this case, and this isn't a ideal defense against the Golem, so I wouldn't take this scenario, but you'll see later on how I roughly take and play against the Golem, and then you're going to want to do the same thing. Here they waste the Inferno Tower. The guards are great for stopping the Inferno Tower, or if you can get them in front of the Royal Giant sometimes, they work well. Here I actually could have probably kept pushing. I had quite a bit of an elixir damage, but I kind of wanted to, for educational purposes for you guys, let the elixir slide so they can kind of build up again and hopefully get a Golem push, because I really wanted to show how to defend against it, because it is a common one and I was getting near the end without having a good Golem replay. So here I kind of just dropped the Baby Dragon and then dropped the Royal Giant to kind of get a bit of damage on that tower, and eventually I know they're going to be able to, in double elixir, probably get a decent Golem push in that case. So here again, just playing the offensive. In this case, double elixir is where this deck is strong. You're going to see on this case now you're going to get about roughly a Golem push. Ideally what you want to do is, like you see there with that cannon, drop that exact spot. It's about 3 to 4 tiles from the bridge, and you're going to see the Golem dragged over there. Most of the time you won't have your troops placed. You'll place the cannon first, then you'll delay them and place them on the left side of the tower if they're attacking on the left lane. If they're on the right lane, you're going to place them on the right side of the tower, like the musketeer, because then that's going to shoot the backup troops behind it, and that's going to clear the backup troops, and then they'll switch to the Golem. In that case, the cannon will distract it enough where it should explode ideally before it hits your tower, and that's really how you're going to play against the Golem. Wasn't an ideal replay this one, but it gives you a bit of an idea how you're going to pull them over and stop them. So just wanted to show that, and that's going to be basically it on this one, and actually the end of the replays as well. And that's it. Before I sign off, I want to know if there are any type of videos you want me to make for CR. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video. This is going to be JAG signing off. Peace out.